Okay, hi David.
Hi, Anna.
Uh, Thank you for agreeing for this short interview. Right now, we're going through a very uneasy time for the global economy and for the business, and it's always valuable to hear thoughts from people who are involved in business and who can share their experience, their knowledge, and give some recommendations about the best ways to act and things to do not to lose the business.
hmm
My first question will be, please tell me about the company that you're working at. What does the company do? What are your responsibilities?
Yeah, definitely. Company I'm at is Aloha. We're a platform for outsourcing software development. So it's our goal to create a world where anyone can innovate freely and help reduce the barriers and inefficiencies that come with software. So we connect startups, young companies in the States to our vetted partner firms overseas, and then utilize our proprietary project management tool and platform to help facilitate the relationship. On a day to day, my role is mainly doing sales, working with the existing clients, and some biz dev as well.
Okay. Do you have outsourcing partners in Ukraine?
We do. Onyx Systems is one of our partners out in Ukraine.
Okay, good to know. Thanks.
Yeah.
And I would like to ask a question about your customers. Uh, what kind of businesses, what kind of companies are referring to you for your services who are trying to find outsourcing?
Yeah, so typically we work with startups. That's going to
Mm.
be the main demographic of clients that we work with. And a lot of times it can really be any stage of the startup. So it can be the very beginning, working on their MVP
Mhm.
before they have anything, all the way to working on live products.
Mhm. Okay. And considering today's situation,
Mhm.
have you noticed any changes in customer behavior, any concerns, any special requests since the beginning of the economic crisis? Are their requirements different from what they wanted before?
Mhm.
Can you give any examples of this?
Yeah, I would say here and there we're seeing some clients who are just kind of taking a little step back, needing to kind of deal with the situation at hand and make sure everything, all the kind of main concerns are taken care of. So it's causing some slight delays in the sales process. Ultimately, though, as we are already a fully remote team and outsourcing software development as well as a remote industry, we haven't seen it taking too much of a hit on the industry itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, um, so how would you say that most of your customers, they prefer to continue trying to invest money into their business, or they would prefer to stop for a while to see how the world will change and how the situation will change to see where it all goes?
hmm our existing clients have continued development, continued working with us.
Mm.
We have some leads and prospective clients that have taken a step back and have requested to wait until things kind of slow down a little bit from all of this chaos to get going on their projects.
And how about your company? Your company is a business, so of course you have to react to the global changes as well,
Yep.
and remote work as well. So people can no longer go to the office and work there. So how did the changes in the world make an impact on your company?
Yeah, so I mean it's absolutely crazy everything that's going on right now. And I think kind of the best way to deal is just recognize the reality, don't try to fight it, and just adapt as quickly as possible. You just have to be willing to be flexible. For us, we're already a remote team, so we're entirely remote. And again, we outsource, so a lot of our engagements with all of our clients and partner firms, everything is already virtual. So we kind of already are in this remote virtual world where we're using technology to our advantage. And I would say that's kind of my biggest piece of advice is use technology to your advantage. There's great tools out there that can help with that collaborative piece in keeping things efficient. So we use different kind of collaborative note-taking software elements. We use different project management tools, different communication platforms. But essentially, as long as you can stay connected and figure out a way to really digitize your operations, you should be able to hang in there.
Okay, thank you. And considering again the situation, again, it's hard to judge right now because there are so many unknown factors. We don't know exactly how things will turn out. How would you see the future for your company? Do you think it will things will change a lot, or there won't be any significant changes to the business? Do you foresee any specific risks?
I think it's hard to say right now, just given that, we're at the very beginning of all of this. So, my answer could definitely change if we're still in, quarantine type conditions in 2 months. I think generally speaking, we're just trying to kind of stay on track and just keep moving forward, try to keep doing more sales, making more cold calls, chatting more with people, trying to expose people to this opportunity that outsourcing their software development can kind of help bring some of their costs down. So it could, help facilitate and support businesses in a time when they really need it. So, we're just looking to kind of hang in there, do what we can to keep kind of business moving forward and keep innovating our tools to help create a more accessible, environment of software development.
Okay. And what would you recommend to other businesses at this time? What should they do, or what they shouldn't do in order to save their business or to keep their business or hopefully grow it if they can?
Yeah. Some of the biggest, baddest companies were founded during recessions. So, try not to get down and try to, just buckle down and figure out a way to make it work. This is a time to be lean and adapt, and gives an opportunity to, if you can hang in there, then you can come out prosperous and continue to grow. I would say start getting familiar with some online tools and pieces of software that can really help with the collaboration. So internally, we use Notion for note taking. We use Slack for communication. We use Polymail for our collaborative mail provider. We use Airtable for a lot of kind of tracking and data type stuff. We use Figma to collaborate on designs and things like that. So we've used Tandem before as well for virtual office space. So there's a lot of tools you can use to kind of help facilitate your operations in a remote setting. And so I would say, start getting familiar with that.
Okay, I'll start adjusting to the new reality.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, David, for sharing your
absolutely.
thoughts. Okay, thank you very much for this
Thank you,
interview.
Anna.
Your answers will be very helpful to us.
Great.